Hey everyone, so just wanted to give you some quick tips to make the most of your follow-up if you're attending WTM or any other type of, say, event, conference where you might be doing in-person meetings. So rule of thumb is that you don't do follow-up right after the conference, meaning WTM ends typically on a Wednesday, runs 3 days, Monday through Wednesday. So you're not going to want to go home and on Thursday start sending follow-up emails. Reason being is that people typically are staying in London for the rest of the weekend, sometimes maybe for a couple of days, or they're getting back home and they're super busy or oversubscribed in the home office. So it's really key to make sure that you do your follow-up at the beginning of next week. And so if you're doing that follow-up at the beginning of the following week, meaning in between Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, make sure you're giving them a point of reference. Hi, so-and-so. This is Yolanda. We met at WTM. I visited your stand and we discussed such and such. So make sure you have a point of reference and you give context so that they have memory of that. Then you offer, as I say in the course, you court the brand, and then you offer to, I would love to discuss, how we might work together. Are you available for a quick Zoom call? I have a couple of ideas, and this is why it's so important to take the time to think about the destination, to think about their needs, and whether it's a destination or a brand. It could be transportation brand, airline, whatever, and to think about their needs and past and future activations that they might be running. When you are suggesting that you have an in-person meeting, make sure the email is short, to the point. You're not giving out too much information, and I would not include your media kit. And I talk about this in depth in the course, talk about why we no longer use media kits unless they're requested. And reason being is that what happens a lot of times that brands will get your media kit and it'll just sit there and it will collect dust. So it's oftentimes they might look at it, but they're not actually considering it as an extension of your brand voice. And that can only be communicated, quote unquote, in person or through a call like this. So schedule that call, have an incredible call, and then start to pitch a couple of ideas. So a lot of this boils down to your strategy, how you approach networking at WTM. So you have until tomorrow, but think about WTM as an investment. And that investment starts way before WTM. So typically, if I'm attending WTM, I'm not this year, but when I do attend WTM, I always do my networking months in advance. So I know that when I show up to the event and I'm sitting down having meetings with people it's not my first point of contact, that these are people that I've talked to already through LinkedIn or through email. And in some cases, I've met with in person if they have a local office. So those are all some really important tips. Hopefully next year, I'll actually be running some type of webinar on WTM to give you guys a lot more information. Take care.